This is a dirt jumper. And speaking in completely general terms, at its core, it is a hardtail mountain bike just with 26-inch wheels, single speed, generally just a rear brake, steeper head tube angle than most hardtails you're gonna find on the market today, and overall shorter and tighter geometry than maybe you're used to seeing, purely to create a chassis that is quick handling enough to deal with the tighter features that you'll find at skate parks, pump tracks, and of course, dirt jumps. The beauty of these things is they're pretty dead simple, which helps bring down the barrier of entry, like the cost of entry to get into one of these bikes. And actually, locally to me, older models pop up on Facebook Marketplace all the time for a pretty good price. The bike works the same, and it would get you dirt jumping right away for a fraction of the cost new. However, if you're someone who doesn't like to hunt for used stuff, or you just want something new, maybe with warranty, I'm just gonna link this Polygon Trid dirt jump bike below. It's on sale with Bikes Online right now for $1,000. It's enough bike for anything I would ever need it for, so if you're a beginner, it's something you could easily grow into and ride for years and years. If my bike got stolen today with my limited funds and maybe a credit card, that's probably what I would just go buy to make sure that I could continue riding. If you do purchase through that link, I get a little bit of kickback. Appreciate it. Now, for me to offer my number one piece of advice for the experience I have riding dirt jumpers, a larger platform pedal that has metal pins so that you always have somewhere to land your foot and it doesn't skate around too much. Otherwise, whatever helmet you have and some skateboard shoes will go a long way to being the attire you need to ride dirt jumps.
And as a quick note, I just want to add, if you don't have a dirt jumper and you're not ready to buy one yet, but you do have a hardtail or even a trail bike,
you still can ride dirt jumps. Don't let that stop you. But when you do have what you're gonna ride, you have to go somewhere to ride. Honestly, it's likely going to be location, facilities, somewhere to actually ride your dirt jumper. That'll be the main hurdle you'll need to overcome when you want to get into dirt jumping. At least that's my expectation based on my personal experiences.
But hopefully your city has something like we've created here over this summer with different levels of jump lines to go over that you can progress slowly to what we call the large line here. So the idea here is obviously dead simple. We've got the small beginner line. This is where you'd start if you have no experience at all. And the way that Devin built these features is kind of cool. It's just a roller on the right side here. You just literally ride over it. And then as you get comfortable rolling over these features, you can come over to here. There's a little bit more of a jump style takeoff on the left side. We call that a lip. That'll help you get an idea of what it's like to let both tires leave the ground. And then, when you're completely comfortable with that, you just move over to the side that has the lip and start seeing what it's like to go off that. Eventually, that's just going to become so second nature and so easy that it'll be pretty obvious it's time to progress up to the next size.
It has to be said, I know not everybody has access to this type of facility, but this style of small line with a roller and then a lip next to it is always very impressive at how quickly people get the mechanics of going over a jump. The roller itself, as you ride it and the wheels stay on the ground, still sort of force you to understand what's gonna happen as you come up, what's gonna happen as you sort of float and fly, and what's gonna happen as you dive back in.
It's always very natural to see someone new play on this a little bit and quickly move over to this and feel pretty comfortable.
So if you have the means, I highly suggest asking for something like this to be built or riding something like this
If you've got it.
actually, as you progress to bigger and bigger lines, you'll actually notice that the features change and become a little bit more challenging as well. This one here that you just saw me do a tabletop over, that's a hip, which means the lip and the landing are 90 degrees to each other instead of one after the other. A hip, in my opinion, is more fun and sometimes kind of easier to hit than a straight jump, but it's just different and adds variety to trails, and that's part of the fun. I'm trying really, really hard not to get too technical here. It can just be too much information all at once. So I hope that was helpful, especially if you're just in the beginnings, you're standing on the outside, like you're toying with the idea of starting to ride one of these things. The biggest takeaway in a lot less words should be, I've got a bike, I'd like to hit jumps, I'm gonna go hit jumps. So first step is go and hit some features that you feel comfortable with and slowly progress up from there. That's how everybody has done it. That's how everybody will continue to do it. It's pretty dead simple. I'd certainly love to continue making more content around this topic. It's kind of like taken over my life a little bit. So if you have questions, just leave them in the comments below and I'll address them in the next dirt jumper focused video. So yeah, all right.